All right, everyone, here we go with the Soulmate Journey update. One deck for the DF, one deck for the DM. I happened to look, so I'm going to show you randomly at the bottom of the DF deck, because since most of you watching are DFs, I don't know what's at the bottom of the DM. I didn't look. My party girl, Page of Wands. Oh, I'm sure that'll relate. Anyway, just randomly picked this up. I cut the deck and then I put them down. I cut the decks and then I put them down, and I hit the record button. I happened to notice the Queen of Cups, the Sun, and the High Priestess. It's a classic combination of somebody's got a crush on you. Okay, it's not all of you. It can't be all of you, but somebody's got a secret crush on you. Okay. Or it might be just developing. Sometimes that's a sign for me. It's a classic thing, but it's just developing. So in other words, they don't have it yet, but they will. Just look for the sign. Pay attention. Look for the signs. Okay, that's all I could say. Pay attention to your surroundings, to how people are. Body actions, body movements, things they say, but the actions don't follow through. All that. Okay, that's all. It's good. It's nice. It's a little crush. Right. It's not for all of you. Some of you are locked in a basement in Manitoba still. Still? Really? Okay. All right. We'll get you out of there. We can come get you. We won't even need snow shovels at this point, I don't think. All right, let's go. DF, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you... Seriously? Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. The deck's like, you're not shuffling anymore, motherfucker. I'm like, okay. Yeah, and it does not call me motherfucker today with love, I will tell you. King of Pentacles at the bottom for the DF, for you. 8-point buck with rainbow antlers. It is that energy. It doesn't come back often, but when it does, it's Dos Equis. It is a good fucking energy. It's somebody who realizes you can't be replaced. They who sees your value, or maybe you see your own value. I don't know. What's the base energy? 3 swords. Yeah, somebody who hurt you now realizes that they hurt you. A lot of times, if the person who hurt you is a narcissist, they don't even know. They dissociate. I can't possibly have made a mistake. I can't possibly do something wrong. It's got to be Steve's viewer's fault. Can't be my fault. Narcissists do not take blame for anything. It's always somebody else's fault. Always. It's never their. It's unreal. You know. So this reads to me like somebody here who just nonchalantly went around, oh, I'm just I can't possibly make a mistake. Oh no. Just frolicked along and had their fun, and you know, meanwhile you got 3 swords in you. Now either you're pulling up your big boy, big girl pants and realizing your own self-worth, or this, I imagine, because of how the structure of the energy of this reading is, they're figuring out that they did hurt you. All right? And they understand how bad that is. It would tie certainly with the extended for the full moon in Scorpio reading, where I talked about somebody who doesn't normally learn emotionally lessons this time around, feeling those 3 swords. See what I'm saying? Okay. Let's grab the little animal deck. Yeah. Look at the Queen of Pentacles. Look, randomly at the bottom, Queen of Pentacles. You probably are a divine couple. Oh, we're supposed to be. Divine couple, generally, there's a lot of people look at that differently. The King and Queen of Pentacles are my favorite couple, the way the energy reflects off the tarot. It generally means that your energies are together in the 5D. But there's a misconception that those 5D energies really give a shit whether or not the 3D energies get together. It's beneficial if they do. It helps to balance things, but it's not necessary. Your connection exists as an energy, whether the other 2 sides plug in and come together or not. You know, but it does help balance energy if the 3D energies can come together. A lot of times the energy of in the 5D, the connection itself will say God, source, the universe, just sort of gives up on it and just lets the connection drift, and we'll catch it in the next lifetime. A lot of times that's what happens. That's not what's happening here. All right, so there's another attempt being made to bring the 3D energies back together. Okay, that's what I'm getting. All right, there we go. It's like I say with the Leo soap opera a lot. I have never seen the universe try so hard. It usually gives up long before. It is really trying to help that person in the toxic situation in the Leo soap opera. I will tell you, I don't know who if you're part of that, I don't know who your person is, but they are somebody big they're a big deal in the 5D. I mean, like like a major star would be here in the 3D. I'll tell you that. Three of Wands at the bottom, crossing the center card I'm going to pull, which is red with this. Yeah, I think somebody making a move. Somebody going to make a move toward you. Somebody who usually, I don't care, whatever. You know, like that. And what's on top? Yeah, somebody going to make a move. Ace of Swords. Somebody's seen the light. They've realized the truth. Now again, I think it's both. I'm going to say it could be either or, but I think it's both. I get the structure of this reading. It's about this energy ties to this, how this energy ties to this energy. I get it. I can feel the energy. But I'm going to add in something of my own and say I think something about this Scorpio full moon in particular that we're under the spell of at the moment. I think it's, I think in that, even if you've already seen your value and know your worth, right? You see it even more. It gets reinforced for you on a high level. It's Archangel Michael's sword of truth. But I do think this energy over here, little miss or Mr. I don't care, whatever. Right, that person, I think they see the light too. I think they have some kind of little bit of epiphany, if you will, about, oh shit, I hurt an 8-point buck with rainbow antlers, right? You know, I mean, it's sort of like, you know, it's like the hunter who shot Bambi's mother. Fucking realized, oh shit, I shot Bambi's mother. You know, it's a bit of that. All right? You're Bambi's mother in this analogy. Maybe they shot Bambi too. I don't know. What's the center card here? Red with the King of Pentacles crossed by the Three of Wands. Am I right? Whoops. 2 cards want to come out. 2? I got 2. I got to take them both. Things don't happen by accident. I am right. I said, I think they're going to make a move. You don't get more of a move than this. However, I've also got a Queen of Swords here. That's you. And I think they're going to make a move. And this is going to tie, every time I do this ties to the energy weather update I did earlier. We didn't touch this deck in it, by the way, but there's that Queen of Swords. Whatever I said around the Queen of Swords in the energy weather update, I don't remember what it was, it's here. Okay? So, whatever it is, somebody's coming to get something off their chest with you. You might get something off your chest with them. I don't know. But I know I pulled the Queen of Swords in that reading. I think it was at the end. Whatever I said about that card is going to tie here. All right? Yeah. But yeah, they definitely make a move. What's tied with the Epiphany here? The Ace of Swords. Yeah. You can see, look, you see the one sword there? It's right there too. You know? It's right there as well. Yeah. Somebody wants to make things right with you. But I think you also make things right with yourself in this as well. I think with the Scorpio moon, we're going deep inside. I think this side's going deep inside. You're figuring out some things and reinforcing some things. Maybe you become a 10-point buck with rainbow antlers in your own mind, right? Get a couple of more points on you. This side over here is realizing some things, and I think everything's going to kind of balance out here for you on the DF side, one way or another. As far as this energy is concerned, it wants to make things right. Okay, let's go. Let's get rid of her one more time. I don't care. Right? Frolic past my screen. All right, let's go. All right. Let's see where we're at. I'm putting the bird to sleep here. People ask if he's still here. I never hear the bird anymore. I know. He's so comfortable with these readings. He's sitting on one foot, half asleep, closest he could get to me on the end of the perch, just relaxing. He finds these readings relaxing. I don't know why. All right. Well, let's see. DM, what do we get? Yeah. So, I don't joke about anything that's not part of the energy. I had a little page of wands and I was jumping her across the screen. La 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 la. Right? Now, somebody grew up. Somebody pulled up the big boy, big girl pants here on a high level. We got little ripples in the table. What's the base energy? Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles. Somebody here. I'm going to say, you know, it depends when I clarify, but I'm going to say somebody has been holding back from you. Somebody's been afraid to express their feelings. And when they're afraid to express their feelings, they run away. Somebody turned into a little girl for a little while and had frolicked in the field, ran away from the fact that they hurt you. Now I think they're facing it. This is someone who's facing their fears. Okay? It ties to the energetic weather update I did earlier. It's somebody who's putting cards on the table, healing through truth. They're getting real. I don't know how else to phrase it. All right? Randomly at the bottom of the light seer, the little version of this deck, which I'm going to use to clarify it, is the Queen of Swords. Is you, once again. Let's go. 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. What do we get? Talk to me about this side. All right, let's go. 4 of Pentacles. Why is it here? Talk to me. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles. That'll be crossing the center card I pull. It's red with the King, or the Knight. The Knight of Cups. It feels like somebody really is pulling up their big boy, big girl pants. I said King. There's King, the King of Wands. I felt a king here. I felt a king off of this. But somebody here is going to puff up their own ego. Somebody here is, this guy's afraid. Whenever they hurt somebody, we talked about a narcissist. You were hurt by a narcissist. The Burger King, that's a narcissist. The King of Wands. Narcissists can never admit they did anything wrong. You ask a narcissist to tell you 10 great things about themselves, they'll do it like that. You ask them to tell you 10 bad things, well, I can't think of anything. Yeah, fuck you, right? It's a bit of that, you know. If anything, I'm too perfect. Ha! Ha, 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 ha. Right? That's a narcissist. Run like hell. Okay? You ever meet anybody like that? Run like hell from anybody that blames shifts. Run like hell from it. It's a sign of narcissism. It's terrible. And power feeds itself and feeds itself. And then if they like the power, it grows, it grows, it grows. This is how bad things happen. Right here. In relationships in particular. This person here was afraid. This is on top of the 4 of Pentacles. Fear. All right, I think they've grown up. Let's see, center card, 10 of Wands. Yeah, 10s of the end, dead end to lead to a new beginning. Somebody is having an awakening here. It's tied to this Ace of Swords quite a bit. What's red with the King of Wands? The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody knows that if they keep running, they're never going to have anything good. Right? Somebody never gets past being a child. It's a bit of, when I see 3 of Pentacles with the King of Wands, it's a bit of Peter Pan syndrome. Somebody always wants to stay a kid. They always want to do kid things. They never want to grow up, that kind of a thing. It's getting difficult. It's time for, the energy right now is forcing 10 Wands, right? Forcing somebody, this King of Wands, to make a choice. The indicator would be over here that they choose to grow up and try something different. I believe they've seen your value. I do. I believe they have. But this reading, even to the point of the narcissist showing up, right? And me feeling a king before I threw this reading played out exactly like I thought it would. You know, straight up. But I do think, regardless of whether somebody else sees your value or somebody hurt you and then they realized they did, they were a narcissist and they ran. The only reason, I don't see any change in this person. The only reason a narcissist would come back and apologize or try to fix this 3 of Swords is if it affects their life in some way. It fucks with them. They need you for something, whatever, you know? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, God forbid, you know, somebody screws you over. God forbid they need a job reference, so then they got to go fix it, you know? And after you could always tell what they need because they'll tell you right after they fix it. So if you ever suspect that somebody's only coming back to you because they need something, they're not really sorry, all you got to do is accept their apology. Within seconds, you will find out why they came back. It's just most people don't pay attention. They're so excited about the apology that they ignore what happens after. Keep that in mind, all right? I mean, it is what it is here. I get a little of that here, but actually, in the end, it benefits you, so it doesn't really matter. I get a little of that here because I got narcissism running crazy here, all right? It is what it is. A narcissist never apologizes unless it benefits them. Never does anything unless it benefits them. All right? I don't see a changed person. I see someone who is, what did I say? Forced, 10 of Wands, forced to make a decision. Forced to behave differently, to change, right? For what reason? I don't know. Let's find out. Normally, I would just pull on this and I'd say, I don't know if they want to talk about here or they want to talk about here. Fuck it. Let's just ask a question. Why not? Why are they forced to make a decision? Why are they being forced, 10 of Wands, to make a decision here, to make a choice? You know? I think this person does know. Look, the narcissist always knows they hurt you. They're aware of it. Even if they run away and they frolic and they refuse to, it could have been me, I'm awesome. Right? Ask the other 6 girls. I mean, you know, whatever it is, 7. Actually, it was 7, you know. Whatever it is. They can never make a mistake. They're never wrong. But they always know in the back of their mind they're wrong. Right? Unless they're a narcissist who's also a psychopath, in which case they just live in their own fucking world. They believe they could be anything, do anything. They believe there's some sort of God on earth. It's just, a psychopath is just ego run wild. A sociopath knows that they're lying. They lie anyway, and they get away with it. They're usually very good looking, very smooth, you know, good con men, con women, right? The psychopath just lives in their own world. They got like God complexes and shit like that. They can do no wrong. They look at you as some kind of fly, the way you might look at a fly or a mosquito, you know, something to swat away. You know. But I don't pick up that here with this person. I don't think they're a psychopath, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Upwards of 10 to 20% of CEOs of corporations are psychopaths. They're just absolutely out of their fucking mind, living in their own little fantasy world of flawlessness. But corporations themselves are technically behave as psychopaths. Operate. It's a living thing. It's a corporation. It's got moving parts and whatever. It operates as a psychopath. It can never admit it did anything wrong because that would be bad press. Blame the customer, all that kind of stuff. That's all psychopath behavior. You know, it is what it is. There's very little empathy in a corporation. What's on? You know, see, as I say that, 3 of Swords. Why do they have to admit? Why are they being forced to make a choice here in this energy? 3 Swords. That's 3 Swords right there on your side. Center, the Chariot, soulmate cycle energy. It's Cancerian energy. It's a lot of emotion, but it's out of control here. It's out of control. What's red with 3 Swords? 5 Swords. They can't. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. Page of Wands underneath. Page of Wands, you might remember from this deck was me going, ah, right? Which what was originally at the bottom of their deck. Over here, little Page of Wands. There it is, Page of Wands crossing that Chariot. Okay, I'm just going to ad-lib this. Take it for what it's worth to you. It probably plays out 1,000 different ways, as most energies do, but I've got to just pick something here. Okay? The best I can get out of this, because this 3 of Swords ties with this, and it's got 5 Swords tied to it with this person, is this person, one thing that really, well, there's 2 things. If you want to rattle a narcissist, there's 2 things you can do. One you have to be very careful of. It's the first one I'll give you, which is ignore them. Now you have to be very careful if you do that. You can ignore a narcissist, it'll drive them fucking batshit crazy. But if you happen upon one who's also a psychopath, it might land you in the trunk of a car riding out to the desert, if you catch my drift. You might become part of a Dateline story. So unless you're sure, don't play the ignore them game. Okay, I don't pick up psychopath here. But there's a lot of 2020 things that happen because somebody, you know, those Dateline stories and things like that. There's a lot of those that happen because somebody ignored a psychopath who's also a narcissist. You know, somebody ignored a psychopath, basically. But so that's one. You can rattle them by ignoring them. The other way is if they get paranoid that you feel bad, that you think negatively of them. For some reason, something about the energy has got this character right here thinking something like that, figuring something out. It could be guerrilla math. They could be running with it, but it's creating a great deal of pressure on them. It's bothering them. It's beyond keeping them up at night. The 10 of Wands is heavy. It's a 1,500-pound card. I'm surprised it doesn't break the table when I throw it down. Okay? So that's why they got to make a choice here. And that's why all of a sudden they might show up as the Knight of Cups. All of a sudden they're the Knight of Cups. Right? Something they were afraid to be before. Why? Because they can't have you thinking they're a pussy or some kind of chicken. Right? Can't have that. So those are the 2 ways to rattle a narcissist. Drive them batshit crazy. You think that they care what other people think. They always do. I mean, yeah, they got the high opinion of themselves, but these people like this really care what other people think about them. They want to be liked. You know, this energy, whoever this person is one of those narcissists that wants to be liked. And if they think they're not, they'll come fix it. But it's just for their benefit. Okay? It's fine, because I think, again, I've already said, I think on your side, you're adding a couple of points to your 8-point buckness. You're becoming a 10-point buck with rainbow antlers. You're realizing your own value on some higher level. There's something you figure out that kicks it up a notch, kicks it up another gear. Okay? It's like two separate issues. There's you, and then there's this. I'm just trying to explain some of the psychology. Because if I didn't explain it to you, you'd probably fall for it like most people do. Most people stay together with people like this because they fall for it every time. They don't notice the things. I watch my sister do it all day long. I shake my head at the people she brings around. I shake my head. I listen to them talk, and I shake my head. I'm like, what the fucking hell? What are you hearing? Because I'll tell you what I'm hearing. Right? It's like we have that kind of conversation. So it is what it is. We're extra sensitive. We're extra intuitive with the full moon in Scorpio. Use it and apply what I said. Again, go ahead and accept. All you got to do is accept this person's apology. Who cares? It's no skin off your schlizzle. Accept this person's fucking apology. Whatever. You know, you'll feel better about yourself doing it, because then you're in control. You're taking control of it. You can decide what you want to do with it from there. Why? Because the moment you accept the apology, you get to find out why they're apologizing. And you get to see if they're for real or not. If you don't and you just send them away, you'll never know. And that might drive you crazy. Who knows? Just pay attention. That's all. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I'm just trying to help. I see so many people around me I see so many people in the world today falling for narcissism and making mistakes that it's like unbelievable. I'm just trying to help. Share some of the psychology of this shit with you so you understand it a little better. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. This is good. Go inside, go within, and definitely figure out a few things for yourself too. Good luck.